What the hell is going on with Matt Nagy and Justin Fields? Is he going to mess around and get that dude killed, K-I-L-T, 9 sacks and no adjustments?
I honestly feel like, man, they need to shorten up the passing game. It's too many balls trying to go down the field, especially when you got a defense that was lurking like that, man. This past week, you pretty much put one of the guys that had 4.5 sacks in the Pro Bowl off one game. They need to shorten up the pass game, give some quick passes, get the ball to the receivers, open up the run game. That way he get comfortable. Don't sit back there and run a lot of play action and try to go downfield the whole game.
Devin, if you were the head coach, if you were Matt Nagy, how would you handle this whole quarterback situation? Would you just commit to Justin Fields now and say this is what it is moving forward, or would you still play this rotisserie chicken type rotating circle with everybody?
This even wouldn't have been like this from the start. I would have had my guys at least the second preseason game. I would have had my starter in. I don't like the going to season where you playing quarterback. You have two quarterbacks going into the season and not knowing which one to start. Now you have a quarterback that's a starter that's playing not to mess up because he know it's another guy right behind him that potentially can start. So I would have been squashed on it before the season even started.
3-time first-team All-Pro, Devin Hester, the greatest return specialist in the history of football on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, ESPN Radio right now. All right, so this is what it is so far, Devin. How do they fix it? How do you fix it now? Even if you don't like the plan so far, how does it get fixed?
Like I said, I would shorten up the passes. I wouldn't try to go too deep to get him comfortable on some quick passes, some double slants, some bubbles, give him some bubble screen, because defense, with the type of quarterback he is, they're timid of the running game from him. And then you got a great running back in the backfield. Slow the pressure down. Go on two every now and then. You know what I mean? You don't have to go on one every time. Slow the defense down a little bit. Get the ball in the running back and get the ball in the receiver hands in quick games. And hopefully the defense, like you said, you got a great defense. Allow them boys to get a little break here and there. Don't be going 3 and out 3-4 times in a row. Those guys are tired, man.
Devin, as you mentioned, quick game, some hitches, some 3-step drops, some slants, things of that nature. I've been trying to tell my fellas here with me for the last several days, me and you right now, we can fix him. That easy. It's that simple. Right. We can walk in, and I just had our guy Dan Graziano on, and I just said to him the same thing. Like, it's an easy fix. It's not that difficult. If we can see it as ex-players, how in the hell can the head coach, your brain trust, your offensive play caller, not be able to see that? It's crazy. So, Dev, is Matt Nagy a good coach in your opinion?
I can't say that. You know what I mean? You know, at the end of the day, man, the situation now. I'm trying to keep my nose clean and be positive with everything. So I really haven't got an opportunity really to understand why he's doing that. At the end of the day, you got to be in-house to feel the reason why he's doing the call, making the plays he's calling. And then, once you can understand that and you know what's really going on in that situation, then you can voice your opinion. But right now, I can't really voice my opinion on whether he's good coach or not, because I don't know what's going on in-house.
Yeah. Are the Bears defensively, are they good enough, like the teams that you played on, from a defensive standpoint, settle down on offense, maybe they get a splash play here or there in special teams to make a serious run at the division? Is the defense good enough to carry them?
I think the defense is good enough to carry them, but at the end of the day, you gotta have the offense at least meet you halfway. And that's like the 2016 that I played on, the defense was so good that the offense felt like we just don't have to turn the ball over and we're gonna win the game. If you can give the offense a little spark, defense can get a couple turnovers, get some fumble recoveries, get good field position with the special team. That will allow the offense if it's not really a good offense, to be able to put a couple points on the board to win the games.
Devin Hester on the Goodyear Hotline, on Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. I sometimes ask Key and Jay this, like athlete eyeball test. But to me, it seems like, real recognize real, game recognize game, right? So if you have an elite guy, as I said, you're the best to ever do it. When they look at a guy, their evaluation of whether or not he can be a baller is significant. When you put your eyes on Justin Fields, Does game recognize game? Do you see a guy who could be a baller in the NFL?
Yes, I honestly can't see that. This guy is a guy that's in that category with Murray, Russell, a little Lamar Jackson in him. So when you look at those guys, he has the similarity of those guys' playing style when it comes to quarterback.
You know what's so crazy about that, Devin, though? He can be that, but in order to be that, you have to be in the right system that allows you to actually hit your pinnacle. And that's the question about the system thus far.
Right. You're most definitely right. At the end of the day, it don't matter. Me and Keisha both know this when it comes to football. It don't matter how good you are. If you're not getting the right calls, people would never know how really good you are.
You got the eyeball test, like Max said, as a former athlete. You watching everything that go on in the National Football League, Devin. Who out there, and I haven't seen nobody really reminds you of yourself in the return game? Is there anybody floating around?
The guys that's floating around that's not really doing it right now, like Tyreek Hill, the guy from the Jaguars, the one that just took the the little field goal back, and he had a kickoff return previously.
Yeah,
Agnew, yeah.
He's starting to put on a show right now. So those signs are right there, glimpses of guys that's really, really opening up bringing that special team back to where it was when I was out there returning.
Look, man, it's gold jacket time for you, brother, right? 2022, you eligible to get in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. What would it mean to you to be recognized at that special position and the things that you were able to do in terms of a game changer? I told these guys pre-show, when we were having our meeting, I said Devin Hester might be the only guy, no matter what team he was on and what they were doing. The offense could have been bad as all outdoors, but I watched him on television. I actually made an appointment to go watch Devin Hester.
No doubt.
Man, this to be honest, Keith, this really would mean a lot for me. At the end of the day, when you look at Hall of Fame guys, right, when they get announced, it's because they're the best to ever do it at their position, right? So when you look at my situation, you compare the returners.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.